We often imagine wealthy families living in perfect harmony, but history tells a darker story. From billionaires battling in courtrooms to siblings tearing each other apart, family feuds have destroyed some of the world's most powerful empires. These aren't just personal conflicts. They've reshaped industries, toppled dynasties, and cost fortunes. Today, we're counting down the top 10 family feuds that destroyed billion-dollar empires. The Ambani Brothers. The Ambani family built one of the largest business empires in the world, Reliance Industries. But when patriarch Dhirubhai Ambani died in 2002 without a will, his two sons, Mukesh and Anil, went to war over control of the company. What followed was years of lawsuits, public mudslinging, and government intervention, shocking the business world. The once powerful bond between brothers shattered into rivalry, splitting Reliance into separate companies. Even today, their cold relationship is a reminder of how wealth can destroy family ties faster than anything else. Reliance was worth over $20 billion at the time of the split, now grown into hundreds of billions. The Redstone Dynasty. The Redstone family controlled media giants like CBS, Paramount, and Viacom, but their empire was torn apart by greed and lawsuits. Sumner Redstone, the powerful patriarch, was accused of being manipulated by those closest to him, including family members. His daughter Shari Redstone fought for control, leading to one of the ugliest public family battles in corporate history. Courtroom drama, leaked recordings, and bitter accusations turned their name into a media circus. What should have been a lasting media dynasty nearly collapsed under the weight of betrayal and mistrust. At its peak, the Redstone Empire was valued at over $40 billion. The Gucci family. The Gucci brand became a global luxury powerhouse, but behind the glamour was a toxic family war. Cousins and brothers battled in courts for decades, with accusations of fraud, betrayal, and even murder. The most infamous chapter came when Maurizio Gucci, the last family member to run the company, was assassinated in 1995, ordered by his own ex-wife. By the end, the once proud Gucci family had lost control of their empire to outside investors. What should have been a fashion dynasty turned into a cautionary tale of how greed and jealousy can kill even the strongest legacy. The Gucci brand, now worth over $18 billion, slipped entirely from family hands. The Koch Brothers. The Koch family built one of the most powerful private companies in America, Koch Industries. But behind the scenes, 4 Koch brothers were locked in a bitter war over money and control. After their father's death, the siblings turned on each other with years of lawsuits, accusations of fraud, and betrayal. The conflict dragged on for decades, leaving deep scars that never healed. In the end, Charles and David Koch took control, while Frederick and Bill were forced out, cut off from the fortune. Even today, the Koch family remains divided, proof that unimaginable wealth can divide bloodlines forever. Koch Industries grew into a $125 billion empire, but the family never recovered unity. The Pritzker Family. The Pritzker family, heirs to the Hyatt Hotel empire, became a case study in how wealth can shatter trust. For decades, more than 11 heirs fought behind closed doors over inheritances and control of the family fortune. The secrecy surrounding the Pritzker Trust Fund fueled lawsuits and public scandals, tearing the family apart. Eventually, the empire had to be divided into smaller parts, with cousins running separate businesses. What could have been a unified dynasty turned into fractured wealth scattered across branches of the family tree. Even today, the Pritzkers are rich, but far from united. The family's wealth was estimated at over $15 billion when the feud erupted. The Dassler Brothers. Adolf and Rudolf Dassler started making shoes together in their mother's laundry room, creating what would become the global sportswear empire Adidas. But a personal falling out during World War II turned them from business partners into sworn enemies. Rudolf broke away to start his own rival brand, Puma, just across the river from Adidas headquarters. The feud was so toxic that employees of each company refused to socialize with the other, dividing their entire town. While both brands became global icons, the brothers died without reconciling. Their bitter rivalry remains one of the most famous business feuds in history. Adidas and Puma together are now worth over $60 billion. The Versace Family. When Gianni Versace was murdered in 1997, his fashion empire was suddenly thrown into turmoil. Control of the company passed to his niece Allegra, sparking deep tensions among surviving family members. Donatella Versace wanted creative power, while others sought financial control. Years of infighting, addiction struggles, and boardroom drama nearly destroyed the luxury brand. The once glamorous Versace family became a symbol of how sudden wealth and fame can tear relatives apart. Although the brand survived, it came at the cost of family unity. Versace was later sold for $2.1 billion, but the family's bond was lost forever. The Astor Family. The Astors were once America's richest dynasty, their name synonymous with wealth and prestige. But generations of inheritance battles, divorces, and public scandals tore the family apart. The most notorious feud came when socialite Brooke Astor's son was accused of elder abuse and stealing from her estate, shocking the world. What had been a proud lineage of power turned into courtroom drama, splashed across newspapers. Today, the Astor fortune has mostly vanished, and their legacy is remembered more for betrayal than success. Once worth billions, much of the Astor wealth has disappeared into history. The Murdoch Family. Rupert Murdoch built one of the most powerful media empires in the world, controlling Fox News, The Times of London, and The Wall Street Journal. But behind the empire's success lies a bitter family saga. His children, Lachlan, James, and Elizabeth, have long competed for their father's approval and control of the company. The rivalry exploded into public view as James openly criticized Fox News' role in spreading political misinformation, while Lachlan aligned himself with Rupert's conservative vision. Elizabeth distanced herself from the empire altogether. Succession battles, resignations, and political scandals have made the Murdoch dynasty look more like a real-life drama series than a business family. The uncertainty of who will ultimately inherit control continues to cast a shadow over their multi-billion-dollar empire. The Murdoch empire is worth around $20 billion. Wealth can build empires, but it can also destroy families from the inside. These billionaire feuds prove that money doesn't always buy peace or loyalty. Which story shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like for more stories from the hidden world of wealth and power.